America needs a new generation of leaders. Montana's a conservative state with conservative values. They want a secure border, they want cheap gas, they want a strong economy, they want sane foreign policy that puts America first. Jon Tester represents the progressive wing of the Democrat Party. He's not a moderate. He's about open borders. He's about abortion up to and including the moment of birth. He's about government controlling the economy. Montanans want less government, not more. They want a free market. They want a secure border. Jon Tester's not on board with any of those policies, and I represent a new generation of conservative leaders that can represent Montana values in D.C. and also push America forward in a positive way. Jon Tester is running for his fourth term in the Senate after a career in politics in the Montana State Legislature as well. He's a career politician, and he's one of the largest recipients of lobbyist dollars in Washington, D.C. So, for him to act as if he's somehow independent from lobbying and he's not a part of the Washington complex is just fundamentally untrue. So, it's one of the reasons why we need to examine more strict term limits across the board. Having people here for too long, you become part of the swamp. You really do. You become fused to the system, and I think he's a great example of that. So, he's not an outsider. He's not a moderate. He's a liberal establishment Democrat who is deeply tied in with D.C. lobbying. Listen, we're in a democracy. We're a constitutional republic, and that's the process. So we have primaries, we have generals, and that's what we signed up for. At the end of the day, the most important endorsements I've gotten are endorsements from people I went to war with, people who fought alongside me, and people who I've employed and jobs I've created. Working everyday Americans are the people that we need to remember that we work for, and those are the most important endorsements, and that's the most important support I've gotten so far. I have very personal experience with border crises in my lifetime. I've fought along two porous borders in my career: Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iran, Iraq. I also served in South America doing joint training and counter-narcotics work when I was a Navy SEAL. So I have a pretty intimate understanding of the challenges we face in some of these transnational militarized criminal enterprises. And that's really what we're dealing with. We're not dealing with, two-bit drug dealers. We're dealing with multinational, multi-billion-dollar corporations that are extremely sophisticated, very well-funded, and extremely brutal. And we're not dealing with them as seriously as we should. The southern border is a great example. With our fentanyl pouring across our border, they are taking advantage of the human rights disaster that's happening there, using these migrants who, by the way, are paying them to cross, carrying their product across, and killing 70,000 Americans a year with the opioids and fentanyl-related substances that are pouring into this country. It's a national security risk. It's a risk to the very fabric of our country. Rural communities in Montana are being gutted by this fentanyl epidemic. So we need to be more muscular in securing the southern border. We know how to secure it. We have secured it before. We need to do it again, and we can do it today. Second, we need to have a comprehensive reboot of our immigration system. We need to reduce the incentive for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of refugees to be walking 1,000 miles through Central America to come to our border. They need to know that that's not a path to get to this country, so we can stop that humanitarian disaster. My heart goes out to all those people. They're trying to make a better life for their family. This country was built on immigration. We want good people to come here and work hard and build a life, but they shouldn't be coming here like that. It's dangerous for them, it's bad for us, it's bad for the economy, it's bad for our security. So we need to rethink how we're enticing people to come to our country. And first of all, we need to secure the southern border immediately.